Theft Auto 6, the highly anticipated next installment into the groundbreaking open-world action-adventure series, set in the backdrop of the mercilessly crafted crawling metropolis, which should bring around cutting-edge graphics and visuals with unlike anything we've ever seen from Rockstar games before. GTA 6 will no doubt be the game that pushes the boundaries of storytelling and open-world exploration, with the map being 10 times bigger than GTA 5 according to sources, adding to the immense gameplay elements, which is only going to dive into the immersion of our experience. But if one thing is for certain, we're all hoping that Rockstar is going to learn from its former predecessors to capitalise to improve on this beloved title. With the GTA 6 leaks last September, we've gathered a lot of information that gives us really a head start to figure out exactly what we're going to be in for within this game. But please do take in mind, guys, some of these things we've seen from the leaks might not be actual information that will be on the full release of Grand Theft Auto 6, which is said to have its awaited release in the year 2025. According to sources, it shall be out for PS5 and the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X. Unfortunately, PC users will have to wait that little bit longer to experience this marvel in all of its glory. There is no doubt, given on how powerful PCs are these days, with the specifications for which they require to play this game at its full pace. With the first trailer being released, we are still awaiting such news for any more further information. Without further ado, we should jump within the topic of what we're going to be talking about. As you already might be aware, if any of you have seen the leaks, there's all kinds of different clues we can take out what we're going to be expecting within the world of GTA 6. The weapon inventory is said to be very similar to the likes of Red Dead Redemption 2. Within the leaks of Project Americas, it seems like you could hold two weapons in different hands. But within the latest build, we can see that it also seems like they've removed this option now, limiting the option to just one hand, and that the inventory has now been moved to the center, with the weapons seeming limited. There is no doubt, given on the leaked footage, that we could see that Lucia had a bag of sorts, leaving the impression, just like Red Dead Redemption whilst using the horse, that this bag will probably allow us to carry additional weaponry as well as items, and the additional feature to carry pills and medicines and snacks whilst in confrontations against other NPCs. GTA will definitely excel and hopefully capitalise on what makes it such a great open world game. As we know in previous titles, there was open world activities, which gives the player the incentive to interact with all the open world features, which is vastly important given on by today's standards we'd be expecting a great deal more within GTA 6 in terms of interactions with NPCs, with the environments around us in order to obtain businesses and all different kinds of means of ways of making money. With the perfect example of this being GTA 5, by being able to obtain businesses in order to make passive income. And one of those features I think should be reintroduced into GTA 6 is the stock market system. Yes, as you go onto the in-game internet, you have a very ability to be able to buy stocks and shares. The idea is to buy low and sell high in order to turn in a profit. This feature was more or less used for the Lester's assassination missions with Franklin. The in-game stocks are very similar to the real world. Everything's based around a real world moving an economy, with different businesses and companies, with some stocks and shares being dramatically low and some doing really well. We can see on the stock market page from how the main stories gives us a good insight for really how the stock markets are going to work. But the stock market system in GTA 5 is not exactly really advanced. It was really more or less used for the Franklin and assassination story missions. Yes, whilst you can place money within stocks and hope for a good return, usually they don't work as very well as they would do by doing the missions. You see, the missions only tend to work as well once you've completed the main game and do the main heist. Only then can you really take advantage of being able to turn a profit over and make a side passive income whilst in the game.
You know, we'll fix the market in our favor and we'll right a few wrongs while we're at it.
Shit, okay, cool.
Right, so, you heard of Mollis?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so there's a new Mollis, sort of a super Mollis, and it's called Priapold, and it's giving the living rigor mortis. Only Brett Lowry, CEO of Bilkington Research, paid off the FDA, and he doesn't care that his hardness pills are giving desperate, middle-aged men the world over heart attacks.
Damn, man, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. Now, Mr. Greedy Lowry is staying at the Von Krastenberg Hotel in Richmond. Of course, he'll be well protected, but if he goes away, then America goes back to using Mollis, and Beta Pharmaceuticals gets a big bump in the price of their stock.
Damn, man, alright, fuck it, I got you.
The hotel assassination is the first assassination mission given by Lester to Franklin, and the only one that is mandatory for the story's progression. In this mission, Lester asks Franklin to take down Brett Lowry, CEO of Bilkington's Research, who is staying at the Von Krastenberg Hotel. Killing him leads to the decrease of Bilkinson research stock values and the increase of beta pharmaceutical stock values. One has to invest all of the free protagonist money into the beta pharmaceuticals on the Borsak site, which ironically sounds like, well, you know what. Usually on Rockstar's open world games, the protagonists don't usually start with a lot of cash, and the stock market system is a really innovative way to make the game feel like it has an ongoing economy. Trevor, what are you doing?
You're spooning me next time.
So once you've done spooning Floyd, one just simply goes on each protagonist and makes sure that they invest whatever cash they've got, and practically just put everything they have on particular stocks and shares that are linked in with the world economy within the game. And of course, just like the real world stock market, by being able to invest your money into a company that you can partly own. And obviously, of course, the more money you have means the more returns you'll see. It's more than likely that GTA 6 will have the same similar feature of assassination missions. Anyone who's played the previous GTA titles remembers the old classic telephone calls from the mystery clients that would give you missions in order to assassinate certain targets. Once the player had completed their mission, they could also see the stocks within real time. Of course, skipping the day and passing the time, one could see on the stock market portfolio that the shares and your profits do go up. After every single in-game days, one can notice the different changes within the algorithm, because as within the world of real-world stocks, they can only go so far in terms of how much the percentage can climb before you start to see a decrease within your profits. So of course one has to sell where they're in the green before it goes down into the red. If we look at Michael's portfolio, we can see before the hotel assassination mission that Michael has invested over $600,000, and in doing so has turned over a profit of an additional $300,000, with a massive return of $913,094. Has anybody seen Trevor's underwear? He can't seem to find them.
You don't think I recognize my own underwear? Now give them back now!
I'm gonna break your face!
The brilliance of the GTA 5 stock market feature is it really gives the individual player the chance to decide on how it is they want to make their own passive income, aside from owning businesses or just doing mission heists.
One thing only.
The big one.
The big one.
The big one!
What is the big one?
Only once when you've done the big one, the main Union Depository heist, will you notice that these stock markets really start to truly take into effect, especially after you've completed the entire game. With GTA 6 on the horizon, it's definitely going to be Rockstar's biggest open world game, and there's no doubt that all different kinds of interactions will affect the in-world game for each decision we make and how it will impact the economy in terms of how we can profit and make money from the stock markets. Hopefully GTA 6 will take a leaf out of Red Dead Redemption's tree, as we know that Red Dead Redemption, a lot of the characters tried to make money through different means and heists, and didn't really come to be very successful, which was really good considering that it meant that we had to find other ways in order to try and make money, whether that be hunting or robbing trains or looting stores, not enabling us to buy every item within the game straight away. It gave us a bit of a dopamine rush knowing that we had to work towards getting something within the game that we can acquire. After all, there is only a certain amount of things you can buy, such as vehicles and weapons, and if you have all the money that you can get already in the game by doing these massive heists like GTA 5, which are very fun and important to have towards the very end of the game, it would be cool within GTA 6 if we could build our empires in many different ways, through means of illegal activity within different trades, or even buying into legitimate businesses that perhaps might even get attacked or robbed, even affecting our in-game stocks for our own businesses, which means any returns that we get from the game, we might get a little bit less in terms of the income that we can make from these businesses, having to protect our businesses from rival gangs and certain attacks, for where we have to use our own cash in order to restock our businesses to give us something to do with the money that we have. In GTA 5 it seemed we had a little bit too much money to play with, that in fact there was so much left over there wasn't really much to do with it. The level of GTA 6's economy needs to be vastly improved on, making it rewarding and very challenging at the same time, but not taking away from the fun that makes GTA enjoyable to play. Whilst gaining a massive amount of money, we should also be able to lose quite a lot of it too, which gives us incentive to make more money within the game to keep us coming back to run certain businesses and different trades. If there's one thing that GTA 6 can improve on, is being able to use the money that we get in order to spend it on more additional items and things that we wish to buy, while at the same time not giving us money left over to have nothing to do with it. In a sense, with the money that we make, keeping it within circulation within GTA 6's economy. Every GTA game is vastly different, with each different character being specialised at different stuff. Of course, Michael and Trevor and Franklin, and especially Michael and Trevor, are already used to the idea of pulling off certain heists, whereas in GTA 4 we only really pull off one particular heist that gives us one payout. So it'd be most likely we'll see stuff like this within GTA 6. We'll be robbing convenience stores and pawn shops as such, which adds to the level of diversity in ways of how players can decide to make money. Given on the trailers and what we can see, it looks like Lucy and Jason will be doing a lot of these kinds of robberies instead of doing the big heist, which will be interesting to see on how we can accumulate wealth. To be fair, it will make quite a refreshing change, considering that GTA 5's heists were quite vastly over the top. And yes, whilst they were very enjoyable, and it really did suit the characters we was playing as, Lester being the master top technician in terms of computers and hacking and understanding the economy, and being able to have Michael and both Trevor, both masters of understanding what it is to pull off a heist, and a young gun like Franklin being able to come along and be the voice of reason amongst this gang. It was the perfect setting for GTA 5's story, something that I personally wish that they will not repeat within GTA 6. As Lucy and Jason, it would be interesting to get a different take from how it is they would acquire their wealth, other than just pulling off big giant heists.
Okay, you know Redwood cigarettes?
Sure, the cigarette that built America.
They've rigged a jury to throw a class action lawsuit that would cover the treatment costs of thousands of emphysema sufferers. There are 4 corrupt jurors on Redwood's books. I'll send you the details. Oh, and we only have a few hours to make them disappear. The court case is tomorrow morning.
Is that all, dog? Shit, that's quite a favor.
And that's quite a house you're living in. Get this done quickly, and I'll try to throw in a sweetener as well. Now, I'd advise picking up some long-range hardware to get this job done. You'll be helping a lot of people with this, Franklin, including anyone who might have a sizable investment in, say, debonair cigarettes.
It really does go without saying this is one of GTA 5's most fascinating features within the game. One thing at the time that would definitely go unnoticed, at least for me, until I learned more about the stock markets within the game, which gives you massive amounts of profits to make on top of the additional money you've already made from the last heist, which is usually about 31 million to 35 million from the take. Throughout completing all of these assassination missions throughout all 5 of them, you can accumulate to over $2 billion. For me, I think that is absolutely brilliant, considering that some people would rather just use cheats or shark cards because, well, let's just face it, they're not exactly gamers. On the GTA 6 lease, we've also got returning brands and business names, also some additional new ones. It'll be interesting to see how we can actually use this within the game, other than just using it within the story mode elements like GTA 5. Being able to sabotage different companies and then investing our money on the stock market to make profits and shares, through means of assassinations of CEOs of companies that rival other companies within the same category. The perfect example of this is the multi-assassination mission, where Redwood Cigarettes and Debonair are rival tobacco companies. In order by destroying the Debonair CEOs allows the Debonair stock markets to go dramatically through the roof in terms of your profits. This could be a big feature within GTA 6, such as certain clothing stores we could enter and destroy in order for other clothing companies to maximise their profits and for us to take advantage of the stock market system, making the whole economy system feel widely inclusive and us to be included within how we shape the economy in GTA 6. So it looks like it's payday as we head into the stock market portfolio. And bear in mind, this is only the second assassination mission that had been done. If you complete all 5, you can earn up to $2 billion. But we can already see the immense amount of returns we get from selling all these shares. From what started from being at 31 million is now at $48 million. So if that doesn't sell you on the idea that Rockstar Games should bring back the stock markets in GTA 6, then I don't know what will. Being the next Wolf of Wall Street sounds pretty cool to me.
I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich!
So if you're a money master making scheme machine, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys have used this particular feature within GTA 5 and if you would love to see it come back in GTA 6. Consider liking and subscribing. If not, cool, but it's good to know that you've clicked on the video and maybe you've learned something. Anyway, I'm the Voice Box and I'll see you again soon. Bye.